has come up with these ideas. But again, selenium doesn't have any default weighting as we have in Playwright. Okay, so selenium uses selenium provide any, so we don't have any default weighting system by selenium, but it provides few weight systems like explicit weight, implicit weight, and fluent weight. I would like to show one blog here. So if you go to this browser stack, they have given a beautiful article of what is weight. So if you go through this, need not to have my explanation also. So what are weight commands? Weight commands are essential when it comes to executing Selenium tests. We know that. Selenium test, it's for tester to get messages like element not visible exception. This is the most common exception we used to face. Element not interactable, element not visible, no such element found. Very common exception we used to face. The reason is either your net connection is not in sync, your application not syncs, web element is not loaded properly. So before you click that, Selenium is faster. It clicks and it throws this exception. Okay, at that time, your execution will stop. There will be a hard stop in your execution. So in order to avoid all these things, we are going with the weights. Okay. We have three weights: implicit, explicit, and fluent weight. Now, these three weights, I say it as it is a dynamic weight. Can anyone say why it is a dynamic weight?
Because I mean, if the conditions, if anything not working only, I mean, it will change. Not a stable one. I mean, it depends upon the. I mean, how can I tell, Aarti? If the net is not properly working, if the coordination with the, I mean, Selenium integration with the Selenium is not working, it depends upon the, I mean, environment situations like that. No, dynamically it will change. Maybe that is the
But
reason.
the one which you said was related to synchronization. It is not
Okay,
syncing
okay,
properly. But
okay,
we
okay.
call these weights as dynamic weights and thread
While
dot sleep as
execution, these
static weight.
weights are applicable for the particular element while execution time. So that's the reason.
If it
Those
is
are
needed, it can apply.
Okay.
Yeah, though we have given the seconds in the wait command, if the element is found in 2 seconds itself, it will continue the execution. It won't wait for 10 seconds. So it is decided on the situation. So it is dynamic. Though we have given 10, if the element is found in 5 seconds itself, it will continue the execution. It won't wait for rest of the 5 seconds.
Yes.
Based.
So you have seen you have been to implicit weights through a few YouTube channels. By this, I can understand. So what Shravani said is the answer. Okay. Why we say it as an
Okay.
implicit weight is, now here we are having 10 seconds. It is not necessary that our code or our web element or the Selenium should wait for 10 seconds. If it finds the element within 1 second, rest of the 9 seconds will be excluded, which means it dynamically makes itself to execute according to the actions performed. Now my action is, I have to click, I found the web element within 2 seconds or 1 second. So I need not to wait. Here I'll show the code. So suppose I have found the elements within 2 seconds. Okay, it will not hard stop my other execution. Once it is done, for example, 2. So 30 minus 2, 28. 28 seconds will be excluded. Our time will be saved. It will start executing all these things. Okay. If it is not found within 2 seconds, it will wait for like 30 seconds. Even after 30 seconds, it is not able to find it out. It will throw us an exception called no such element exception. Okay. Now, so that is why it is said to be dynamic. Dynamically, it will change. It's not necessary it to wait for all the 30 seconds. Once the condition is found, or once the element is visible, or it is clickable, or send keys is done, whatever action is done, it will stop. And implicit wait, we called it as global waits. Why?
If I
It is
declare on one
applicable
time
for
only.
If we
all
write only
elements
once,
in the
it will
our
If
be
we,
script.
if we write once, if we
considered
don't
for
have.
all the statements.
All elements in the script.
Yes. So this implicit wait is applicable for all the web elements in your script. This is one web element. So over the find element, what is this? Send keys, right? So over this ID, it is applicable. Over this quit, it is applicable. So whatever you write in your script, this implicit wait is applicable to each and everything. Now, what is the drawback of using this implicit wait?
If not found any web element, if raise any exception, no such element exception.
Okay, that is exception.
Uh,
But
mm,
one advantage of using implicit wait is it is a dynamic wait. Okay, if we didn't find any element, we can use this. It will wait for 30 seconds. And it will make us our script synchronization. This is one advantage as it is dynamic. But what is the disadvantage of using implicit wait?
If the time is not
If the
sufficient,
time is less, if the element
Same
lasted less than
advantage
the
maybe.
the
30
time is
seconds,
not sufficient, it gives
will
the
be
Okay.
if you find the
Im-
element less than 30 seconds, the remaining time is, it waits, no? Maybe that is the
It won't,
disadvantage.
it won't
That is
wait.
the
The
advantage,
process
right?
won't
No,
wait.
no.
Remaining time is wasted, no? In the
Okay.
meantime, it will get element that find out by the
Yeah,
and the
got it.
remaining time is waste, no?
You're right. If it is means if that is the reason why it is said to be dynamic. So according to your answer, a question, if it is or answer, if it is wasted means it has to wait. When we come with thread dot sleep, at that time this waste
It will take
process will
more than,
implement it.
yes, yes, yes.
Yes. But implicit wait is dynamic. It will not waste our time. Right? Okay. The reason why this implicit wait is it will slow down our application execution time, because this implicit wait will be applied on each and every web element. Even though we do not need any weights, the web element is very good visible. For that also, at least it will take some 1 or 2 seconds or some milliseconds. So where my page loads in less than a millisecond, if it takes a millisecond means somewhere this is a disadvantage. Okay, I will be forcefully used. I will be like, if I use this globally, we know, right? Global. Forcefully, it will
Yeah,
be applied on each and every web element where I don't want any weight system, but it will force me to use this weight over here. So that is an disadvantage of using implicit wait, which will slow down my application. And sometimes it is not recommended of using implicit wait.
okay.
But if your application is very slow or not able to handle, at that time we can use this global wait, implicit wait. But if your application is very straightforward, it is very good. Only expected condition is enough if I put wait. Only some web element is not interactable properly. At that time, we can make the use of this thing, expected wait, rather than using implicit wait. Okay.
Okay.
So implicit wait,
Aarti, sorry to disturb, Aarti. Implicit here means, to execute all the, programs, it will take that implicit wait time, na?
yes, not exactly 30 seconds and not
Okay.
exactly less than 30 seconds
Be
also
less
it
than
might
that.
take.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
But some milliseconds or nanoseconds, definitely it will take.
Okay.
Where
Okay.
I don't want any type of weights, why I should go give this weight and make my script forcefully to use some milliseconds where I
Okay.
can achieve without any waiting time. At that
One more
time,
doubt, Aarti. Aarti, instead of using this implicit weight, we can use no thread dot sleep.
no,
We can find out no instead of wasting so much of time or whatever the program where we can take so much of time, there we can use in thread dot sleep. No.
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 See,
Uh,
By
suppose,
taking more seconds
imagine,
also, sorry.
okay, shall I continue or
Hi,
anyone
yes,
wants
yes,
to give any
continue.
idea?
Actually, I too got same doubt with
Okay,
Deepika.
okay, I'll explain. Okay, if you
okay,
want have
okay,
any, I
okay.
mean, who was that? If you want to give your
Deepika,
answer, you can give Deepika,
Deepika,
right?
Deepti.
Deepti. Okay,
Ah,
Deepti, go ahead.
no,
What?
actually, I too got same doubt, Aarti. We can use, by adding more seconds to the thread dot sleep, we can continue with the thread dot sleep only. Now, why to use implicit
Deepti,
No,
weight?
no,
One
if we
second,
give
hold
the
on.
thread or sleep,
It is not
that
dynamic.
that
Yes,
method will wait until 5 seconds. After completion, only the next method, the
yes,
next
yes.
code will
No,
Can you please
no.
hold on for some time?
That,
so that is
that,
Can you
disadvantage.
please hold on for some time?
sorry.
Can you please hold for some time? Let
Oh,
me
okay.
speak. Okay, so
Yeah.
in order to clear one point here, so in synchronization, we are having two types of weights. One is the conditional weight, and the next one is the unconditional weight. So, whereas if you want any execution to be done based on some of the conditions, we go for the conditional weights. If you're not dependent on any conditions, you'll go for the unconditional weights. So, under unconditional weights, thread dot sleeps will be the one. And under the conditional weights, we have implicit, explicit, and fluent weight. So we will decide based on the execution. So whether it needs to be done based on any conditions or not. So based on that, we will go ahead by using the conditions, and weights. So it is not even recommended to use weights, but based on the application speed and the tool speed, sometimes there might be a situation where we need to use these weights. So we will decide based on the requirement. Got my point?
Yes,
Yes,
Saujanya. Yeah.
Saujanya.
Did
Yes.
it make any sense to you?
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you, Sojanya.
One
Thank you.
second, and I even suggest you, team, not to interrupt the person who is giving you the details. Just if you have any doubts, just hold on for some time. Let her finish the session, whatever she wanted to complete, and then at the last, you can clarify your doubts. Because if you interrupt multiple times in the meanwhile, the person who is giving you the inputs will might miss major points that need to be covered as part of the session. I request you not to do this, but in future classes. Yeah, Aarti,
Okay.
go ahead.
Okay,
Okay,
Yeah,
Saj.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so can anyone tell what Saujanya said? Can anyone repeat?
Yeah, I mean, in conditional weights, we have implicit, explicit. We execute. We'll have weight on based on a condition,
Based on
and when
condition.
yeah, and when we go for unconditional weights, that will be thread dot sleep. Irrespective of any condition, it will wait for certain period.
Based
Exactly.
on
Okay.
condition of the execution, we will use this weights or thread dot sleep.
Okay. Now, the second difference. This is the first one, conditional, unconditional. Second difference, I'm using implicit wait. My element was found within 2 seconds. 18 seconds I saved. My execution time was within 2 seconds. Okay. There,
Yeah.
where I am using thread dot sleep. I'm having 20 seconds of thread dot sleep. I found the element within 2 seconds. But what will happen?
It will wait for rest of the time wasted.
It will force me to wait for 20
For the
seconds,
rest of the
whereas my
second.
execution will be completed in 20 seconds.
Yes.
Automation, essence, automation, this thing is to, save the manual time. But the thing, if I use implicit wait, if I'm able to complete within 2 seconds, why I should go for thread dot sleep? Where it will halt my execution and there will be a delay in my reportings. No one will, have this, right? No one will, the clients will definitely not accept this. So this is one of the different. That is why it is a static. It is a dynamic.
Okay. Okay, Aarti.
Yeah. Yes. Any doubts here?
Not.
No.
No.
Okay. Right. So this is what we called it as implicit weight. Now, how to implement in our code? How to implement in our code? You guys have to let me know. Okay. So what I should do first?
Create an instance for the
Drive.
drive.
Okay. Then
And then driver dot get
To get
URL.
we have to get URL.
I'll use the same this URL. Okay. Okay, so this will just open my driver and it will navigate to my particular URL. Now I'm facing some issues with loading this. So what I should do? I will give my
Wait.
wait. Okay. What I should do here? Driver dot
To
Driver dot manage
manage dot
dot
Timeout.
timeouts.
timeout dot implicit.
okay.
Yeah. Implicitly
Wait.
will give duration of seconds.
Why it's not giving me auto suggestion?
I mean duration
Okay.
dot okay.
Yeah.
Now
After
here we have time units. It can be in second or it can be in
Milliseconds.
it can be in days, hours, microsecond, milliseconds, anything. Okay, so most probably we will use what we will use? Milliseconds. Okay, because we need not to have any, it's deprecated. Huh? Okay, no issues. So most probably we need not to have any days to wait or hours to wait, nothing. So milliseconds maximum we'll use. If not, we'll go for nanoseconds. Now, this will be applied for this. Okay, suppose I want to I want to click on this web element. So I'll just take the XPath of this. So I don't have anything. I'll just take the class name. Okay. I'll click the select tag. Control A, Control C. I'll go here. I'll just store in one web element. What I should do? Why all are silent?
Find
XPath. Yeah.
Okay. XPath, right? Now I'm going to click on this. So my implicit weight will be applicable for this as well.
Yeah.
Select dot click I have to do, right? So that's it. This will be available for this. Now, I'll just first we can execute and see how it's working. Okay, so it has clicked, right?
Yeah.
Now, let's close this. Suppose I am giving it as U. Save and execute. It has immediately thrown me a exception called
No such element.
No such element exception. Okay.
Yeah.
And we will find time also. I have given how many seconds I have given here in my scripting?
20,
20 seconds.
20 seconds. 22 seconds.
20 seconds, right? So we will see the time also somewhere here. It has waited for so many, this much of seconds. And that's the reason it has thrown me this exception. No such element exception. Where is the time? Somewhere we will see here. Okay, I'm not able to see now. Right? So it is not able to find my element. It has waited for 20 seconds and it is throwing me no such element exception immediately. Okay. The same
Yeah.
way, if I give this, it will be like I'm able to find it out. Just try this. It's not showing me. It will show how much time it has waited for my this thing in the console. I don't know why I'm not able to find. It will show, okay? It has waited for 10 seconds or all the 30 seconds or 20 seconds. It will show in the console. So that is the, I think so it's deprecated. So it's not showing us the values. If it is in us this, this line, it is deprecated. Okay. We are not using anymore this one. That might be some other things which we are using. That is why in the console, I'm not able to see the answer. Else I will see the answer, how many minutes it has waited to find this particular web element. Okay, in this way, we can have the implicit wait usage. Now, any doubts in this implicit wait? So even
Yeah, a small doubt. In
Hmm.
implicit wait, we have passed the parameter saying 20, time unit dot
Units.
milliseconds. I mean,
Yes.
do we have only these are the parameters that should be passed, or do we have any
Yes.
other?
No.
Duration of
Only these
second.
are, see, whenever you write this,
Okay,
it will give you
because
auto
in one of the
suggestions.
statement, yeah, I've given us
See,
duration dot of seconds
Half
of 5.
seconds. Yes,
that also you can give. We have two methods, Shravani, sorry.
Okay,
So we have
yeah,
durations also. You can give it in timeouts. If you give duration, you have to pass only one parameter. Okay, this is
okay,
working. See,
okay,
implicit waits are working, but implicit wait with two parameters are deprecated. So two
oh,
parameters. It should be a long because
yeah,
someone gives 2000 millisecond, 3000. So that's why they have used long data type. And it is in a this thing.
right.
What to say, units. We can give it as milliseconds or second or hours. This duration, I'm not sure what type of units it is holding. That you
Okay,
have to, implement and see. But maybe most probably it will mean seconds only, milliseconds or
okay,
seconds only. But here we are having an option of milliseconds or seconds or hours or days or so and so.
okay,
Okay.
okay,
So,
okay.
but this is
Yeah,
deprecated according to this line.
right.
It's not there, I guess. So see, if
So,
it's suggesting you here
okay.
time.
Though it
If you
is
type,
deprecated, it works, isn't it,
it
Aarti?
works. It works. But as you see, I was not able to see the exact
Time.
thing. That time was not displayed.
Yeah, in the
Okay, I was
console.
searching for that to show, but it was not displayed for me.
Hmm.
That's the reason it is
Okay.
in this way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, Aarti. Thank you.
Yes. Now, the same way, if I want to click this element, okay, I'll find the same ID for this. I will locate the web element. I will keep here. The same way I'll give a click. So this implicit wait will be applied for the next web element also. Suppose I don't want that. I know it will not take anything, no time. It's very perfect. Then why I should need this, right? This is waste of my time. So at the same time, but the above element is not proper. It needs some wait. So if we find these two conditions in our scripting time, at that time we will introduce a second thing called, explicit wait. Okay. Explicit
Okay.
wait will work on that particular web element. It is not that it should take all forcefully, it will not work on all the things. In a scenario, this is not good But the next web element, I'll just copy paste it. Okay, but the next web element is very good for me. Okay, but I am forced to use this implicit weight. Okay, so what I will do is I will just comment this line. I will take this, this is working fine, right? So I will take this web element and I will give it as a condition. First, we will see the syntax, expect explicit weight. Explicit weight has certain condition to be met. Okay, we can give our own. Suppose there is some alerts. We have that alerts, right? We have seen a pop-up. So if the alert is present, go and perform the next action. Go and alert.dismiss or alert.cancel. Okay. If the element selection state to be, this one we will not use. If the element to be clickable, I have to wait till this element is clickable. Till it clicks. Okay, wait till it clicks. Like this, it should come like this. So click action should be happened. You have to wait till that time. Then element to be selectable. I want after clicking, I want this browser to be selected. Till I select, please wait. Don't give any exception. Don't throw any exception. So that is element to be selectable. Frame to be available and switch to. So we have seen frames, right? We have seen multiple. This will be useful when you're having nested frames. Wait for that particular frame to be switched and perform some action. Then invisibility of element location. So some elements, like this. See, some elements will be in gray color. They will not be visible. Okay, it will be grayish in color. At that time, use this one. Invisibility of element with text. Sometimes in the same way, this element select is somewhat in grayish color rather than this selenium or Brazil. At that time, if you want to get the text of that particular element, you can use this. Wait until that and get the text. So in this way, we have a number of conditions which we can use to our scripting and only for this particular web element, not for the first one, only for this, where it is not working fine. Okay, this is what explicit wait. Now coming to the syntax. As usual, we have returned the web element, we have stored it in some variable, and we have performed some action. Right? This is the first one which is working fine. Now, to wait for compose button. Now, compose button is not working fine. I wanted to wait for some condition. Login button is working fine. Now, coming to the waits. WebDriver wait is a class. Okay. So, WebDriver wait is equal to new WebDriver of. If I write here, I'll just take this. WebDriver wait web is equal to new web driver. What was that?
Web driver of time.
New web driver of, because it is a class, right? I told, right? It's a class. Okay. Now I have to import this. So you can see it's again coming from Selenium support. So you can import this. Okay. Now, sorry. This wait will take two parameters inside. It is giving me auto suggestions. Add arguments to match. What are the arguments I have to give? I have to give WebDriver. I have to give duration.
Duration.
WebDriver, why? Why WebDriver? Because all our web elements, everything will be stored. Whatever action you do will be stored in driver only. The select web element will be in driver. Click will be in driver. Getting this will be in driver. If I give wait, with whom he will go and interact? That is the reason it is asking, give me two parameters to which place I have to go and what I should do. So I should go to the driver where all my actions, all my everything is there. Go there and wait for this time. Okay, Eclipse is such a beautiful IDE and Java is such a good language where it will give us auto suggestions. We need not to have any, extraordinary skills to use these methods, to use these interfaces, nothing. It will give us an auto suggestion. So 2 parameters it is accepting and it is giving us the ID also, WebDriver and duration. Another one is 3 things we can pass. We can pass WebDriver, we can pass duration, and what is this? Another duration, I don't know. I have not used this. Most probably we will use the first one, which we understand, which I understand actually. You can try the third one as well. So I'll use the first one. And it has auto-filled my value. Okay. Null, we have to give the time. Any durations. Okay, it should be in int. What mistake I did?
Duration.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay, I think so I have to store it in some way. Now this is done. This is so WebDriver is a class. We are creating the instance of that. And WebDriver holds 2 arguments, which is driver, where it has to go and what it has to do until how much time it has to wait. So this is the line where we are going to use for explicit wait. So this line is done. Now we have to give some condition. Wait until by using this object. If you put a wait here, I've used wait, right? So wait, we are having a lot of options available here. First I'll go here. So I'm sorry. Why I'm not getting any options there?
What we do.
I've got
Given
no issues. I know.
Until
It's taking some time for my Eclipse to load. Okay. So until I'll just go here. So see, it is a function which has a super web driver and we have, okay, fluent wait just excluded. So first I'll come. So until, if I click this, my expected condition dot until my expected condition dot
Visibility of
expected
Till the
condition.
element is visible.
element visibility
I'm
of
not getting any suggestions.
class
Visibility of elements.
element.
conditions, not
No, I'm
conditions.
not getting auto suggestions. Why?
Expected
It's a
condition.
conditions. NS.
yes, you should.
Getting now. Okay. Something was gone wrong. Right. Now I have given, this is in error still. I'll see later. So I have created now the object until expected. So it will, it is coming from again Selenium. Okay, so I have to import it where I've imported this expected conditions and I'll just put a dot here. Dot. So you'll get all the values where you want to like invisibility of all. We have seen these methods, right? At the top. So all these methods will be available when you keep a dot here. Okay. So as of now, I can take visibility of some text. Visibility of web element. Okay. I will take visibility of web element like, what shall I take?
Choose.
I need some buttons so that I can show. Okay, fine. We can try this. So visibility of some web element. Here they have given compose. Wait, we will take here itself. Big browser. I'll take this show button. Okay, so by dot XPath, I want the visibility of this. Okay. Why it's throwing error again? Okay. Visibility of, so I have to give the web element. So I have to store it in one web element. Okay, not direct thing. So I will show equal to driver dot find element by dot XPath of this system dot. Okay. Now, what I should do? Find the visibility of this web element. Okay. So this is my expected condition. I should wait until I see this button. See means visible. Visibility of this. See, expected condition is visibility of this. It will take only one web element inside. So we should store that into web element. And that is a final. We can't change it. Okay. If the element is found, it will return us the value. And it will print the statement as well. So we need not to give any sysout statement. It will give the value of that particular web element, whether it is visible. So it will show visibility of your particular web element. Show. Okay. So this is the method coming from expected condition. If you just, control click over there, it will take you to that particular method. This we have not written. Okay. It's coming from Selenium Java. So in this way, you can just go and see what are all the, parameters expected and what is the thing. And I don't know why it's showing here error for me. Do we have anything?
After driver duration of seconds.
I have given
Duration
integer
dot.
value only, right?
Yeah, but in some of the examples, Aarti, they have given driver comma capital D duration
Mhm.
dot of seconds.
Dots
In the arguments, it is 10. Capital D.
Otherwise, we can give time unit milliseconds.
Dot
That
of
is
seconds. Yeah, D must be capital.
Duration of?
Dot
second.
duration dot
That is a
small
second
o.
method, right?
Yeah.
But no, examples is
Or else we can take time unit milliseconds.
It's okay, it's gone.
Ma'am,
Mm.
25th line,
One more parent.
24th line,
You can keep close
visibility
check,
of
ma'am.
web element located.
What, Viresh?
Locating visibility of
Mm.
element located method.
yeah, that is show only, no?
I want to show this
Yeah,
one
that is
only,
shown.
right? I want the
Yes.
visibility of this, right?
Uh,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah. So we have done. I don't know why duration dot some minutes is there. So this is the so I you understood, right? So I have the show web element. I'll just show this thing.
Minutes means it will take long time, right, Aarti?
Yeah, we can write
Now we can
off
change to
seconds also.
seconds.
Seconds are
Half seconds.
Yes. So we are clicking here. I want to click and I'm expected like it should be visible. Okay, I'm waiting until the text is the button is visible. So visibility of show. If it is done, have a click on this. Okay, this is my expected condition. So for this, I need not to wait anymore. It will directly execute when it comes to this because this web element is somewhat making trouble to me. Okay, so at that time, I can use expected condition. But now for say This also making trouble. This one is also making trouble for me. Okay. If I go like this, I have to write so many times in this way. Okay. I see how so many lines of code is there in my scripting.
Yeah. Yeah.
How to avoid this? Any idea? I should write only one line of code, but I should perform all this action.
I think we can give condition.
Conditions. Conditions for what?
If
I have given,
condition-
right?
Sorry. Yes,
No,
yes,
no,
yes.
no. Please don't say sorry.
Maybe she means if the element is not found, then only go for wait, something like that.
Okay, okay. Now that's what I gave you scenario, right? This
Yeah.
element is fine. This element making problem. This one making problem. And this one is making. Other than everything is fine. These all things are fine. So for that, okay, no need wait. For this, okay, expected condition. But I have to write if I'm having 4 elements making trouble, sorry, I'll just close this. 4 times I have to write this. See the number, I mean, lines of my code, how much it is. If it is 100 means 100 times I have to repeat this.
Yeah, the repetitive.
What I should do or what we should do
Then
to
You
reduce
can
the,
put it in a method and call the method.
yes. So there where this concept comes into picture, which is method. So create one method. Okay. Just create a method. Get the parameters, whatever parameters you want, get it. Take this as an assignment. These all 3 lines should be converted to a method. And I should call only that method where I can pass my web element. I can pass the number of durations I want. And what are next things, whatever you want, you can do it. So driver should be there for sure. Minutes, duration should be there for sure as a parameter. The third one, you can take the web element as a parameter. The fourth one, if you want to display any text, you can text it. So 4 parameters, 3 to 4 parameters you can take which you want. If not, I'll just give an overview. So from the main method, I mean outside the main method, I'll create one method called public static. I'll just keep void as of now because I don't want to return anything. Now I want to click. Okay, because we have used click, right? Click, click, click. So I'll go for click. So in this, I have told I want 3 parameters, which is driver. What else I can get? I can get web element because then only it can go and interact with my element. And what I can get?
Duration.
duration.
Okay, duration. I can get it in the form of int because
In
most probably int or long or whatever you want, you can take. As of now, I'm going for seconds. So I'll just take int duration. If you want to print any text string, if you want to print, you can print any string value like successfully we had here, right? Invisibility of text, visibility of. Okay. So for that, you can use any 4th parameter if you want. If you don't want anything, just no issues. Now I have given an interface. Now you have to fill whatever you want.
Yeah.
And I should use only this method. Now my expectation is if I give, okay, I have stored in one web element, right? So if I give show dot click, this click method I have written. So make it some way like this. Okay? Because one method is coming from Selenium as well. So we should not get confused. Use snake case notation. So when I use this click method, I should not write all these things. I should just call my web element with my own method which I have created, and I should pass this web element. Okay. I should pass only this, and I should use it rather than this line. I'm sorry, I'm writing it wrong. I should use only this method rather than this method. Is it fine? It's very simple. Whatever I have done here, you have to put it in here. That's it. And how will you call the method? Okay, I'll tell that also. My expectation. So if I call this method, okay, it should accept all my parameters. Let's say this is for show button 1. Okay. Show, I'll call driver. I'll call show button 1 and I will give some weight and I'll write successfully clicked on first button. Okay, so my first button job is done. Now this button is making problem for me. So the same way, rather than writing this line, I should write in this way. I should call this method. Again, I should give the driver. I should give show button 2. I should give some 5 minutes. Successfully clicked on second button. So in this way, I should reduce my code line. Only one method, this and all I should not have. I should exclude all these things. My expectation is there should be only one method. If I call this method, this line should be executed. So see, only rather than having 41 lines, it will reduce to some half of it. So in this way, you have to create methods for click, for send keys, for switching to frame, everything. Take this as an assignment. Code is already here. I have told the way as well. Call the methods in main method. As it is static, we need not to create any object. Just call the direct method here in the main method and show me this tomorrow.
Yeah.
Implicit wait, explicit wait. If you want to create implicit wait also fine. If you want to go ahead with that, create a method for implicit wait and do it. Fine, no issues. But as of now, implicit wait, we are not going to use much. So use this one, explicit wait. The code is also here. It's very easy to prepare a method. Okay, use this interface and do it. Or abstract class or abstract anything. Whatever you want to like to say, you can say it and use it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
this was all about weights. There is the third weight called fluent weight. Again, this fluent weight will be not, we will not use, it is very much similar to explicit weight. The only reason is we have a polling concept here. Okay, it will poll every time. Fluent weight. It is very much similar to expected condition. We will give expected condition, but it will be useful when the things like Ajax application. Now, you know what is Ajax application? Frequently, something will be keep on changing. Some picked image. Suppose this is an image. Even if I don't click this play button, it will you might have seen in some website. The application will start executing. This video will start running. Some ads will be coming here, which will be keep on changing. So those all things are called Ajax. So to handle those things, we use implicit fluent weight.
Fluent weight.
Okay, it will keep on polling. Suppose you're having 30 seconds. 30 seconds will be divided 5 seconds. Every 5 seconds, it will go and search for that particular web element. Okay, every 5 seconds. If the element is found within 10th second, all the 20 seconds will be excluded. Okay, it will be keeping as a batch-wise process. The above code instructed Selenium WebDriver to wait for 30 seconds before throwing an exception. Sorry, this was for explicit wait. So Ajax so this is something that can often occurs in Ajax application. So whenever you have an Ajax application, you can go for fluent wait. Polling period as needed. We will see. Sometimes called a smart wait because they wait out the entire duration defined in the code. Okay. Now the syntax will be most probably it will be same as this one, expected condition. But we have to add few things here. Fluent wait is a class. Call that class. Call the driver. Okay. Wait with timeout. So this till this timeout I have to wait. We have another thing called polling every. Every 250 milliseconds till it reaches 5000 milliseconds, it has to keep on polling. Polling means a batch wise. If it did not find anything, it will throw the exception. But if I want to ignore that exception, you can have that condition also. That is why it is called smart wait. Ignore not only no such element, you can ignore some other element also. So these two options we have in fluent wait. There were this explicit and implicit. Explicit and fluent wait makes a difference. We can ignore this exceptions. We can give the polling timing also. Okay, then you can give your expected condition.
Okay. If an element is found before 250 milliseconds, does it wait or
No, it will
will
exclude.
go through this?
It will exclude.
Okay, so it won't go for polling and all that.
No. See, here if we give 10 seconds means the 10 seconds are open. 1, 2, 3, 4. In that way, it will start searching. But when you come to this system, polling system, it will divide this. Here we have, see, 5 seconds and polling frequency to 0.25 seconds. So every 0.25 second till it reaches 5 seconds, it will find the element. More than 5 seconds to specify a specified condition. But it will not wait for no more than 5 seconds. But it will be divided into a batches. That is called polling. And another beautiful thing is sometimes if it throws the exception now, it will stop our execution. Even if it is in 250 milliseconds, if it throws this exception, it will stop the execution in fluent wait. So in order to ignore that, because it will not understand, so we have to make it understand. We can ignore these. It is not necessary, but you can avoid this. Sometimes there might be a scenario where it will throw the exception. When you use this fluent wait, this we have to use a little bit careful. So at that time, you can use this for your safety. Ignoring this no such element exception. These two options we are having in fluent wait. That is why it is called a smart wait.
Okay, so polling, so for every 0.25 seconds, it will keep checking if the element is found or not. But if the element is found before 0.25 seconds, that will go on with the execution, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
See, if you want to have an element which is available for before, okay, anyhow it will click within this seconds, means go for expected conditions.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
But a scenario where I am not able to handle with implicit wait, not able to handle with explicit wait, then the third option will be this. Most probably explicit wait will help you a lot. Okay. This is very rare. Even I haven't used anywhere in our till this thing I have not used this weights. But the type, suppose the application is having a lot of Ajax things, keep on changing, fluently changing. You can go for this.
Okay.
Okay, with these two conditions.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is all about fluent wait. And rather than that, we have page load timeout commands also. You can use that also. Till the page is loaded, it will wait. Like this.
Okay.
Apart from in interview, they may ask, how will you handle your synchronization in Selenium? Or some related to that questions you will be having. At the time, they're talking about the weights only. Okay, don't get confused. Synchronization, everything related to weights only. Okay, if my page is not loaded properly, I want to see the timeout. This is the option. Script is not proper. Script set script timeout option. This will not use, but again, here comes the sleep command. We use rarely. Okay, and these are the static. What are all the dynamic weights or static weights you have experienced in your application. These are the things we have experienced. Okay. That's it.
Yeah.
So apart from these three waits, we having page load timeout, we have set script and a static, which is called sleep command. And you can have this browser stack, which is a very beautiful, thing where you can have all these details here, parallel execution, parallel, everything you can have it. Okay, so this is all about weights. Any doubts in
And
this?
Aarti, in interviews, do they ask the syntax as well? Because
Yes,
these look
yes. If they are very
complicated.
much interested, if the interview is good in Java or good in Selenium, definitely they will ask you to. Till 4 to 5 years, wherever you go, whichever interview you attend, definitely a coding session will be there. Till 5 years. 5 plus
Okay.
or 5 years of experience, because we have experienced that definitely they will ask you to write the syntax. But once you get used to the framework now, you will forget all these, this one you will forget to write. So please have a practice of writing in linear way also. My own experience I faced, I was not able to give up my linear way of writing the code. I forgot because I was in framework level only. So once in a while or whenever you're free, have a way of writing in linear way, because the interview will not understand our framework. They will use some other framework. We will be using some other framework. They will understand only this through this code only. So linear way. So we know, right? This is a linear way. Initialize the browser, call the browser. Is whatever we are doing is a linear way. They may ask in this way. If he's very much interested, they may ask in this way also. But not at starting level. They will not ask this much tedious task. Okay. Create a method. They may ask create a method and call in this way in the main method. If it is static, no need of any object. If it is dynamic, if it returns something, sorry, non-static, you have to call that object and call those methods. Okay. So this all they may ask in interview, but at starting level, they will ask only this one. Like call the driver. They will give you a scenario. I'm having an leave ground. I'm having a alert button. I want to handle the alert by giving only OK. Simple dialog box, they will say. Confirmation dialog box. Yes or no.
Okay.
And prompt dialog box. These words they may use. Okay. Prompt dialog box. These three will be important. Simple, confirm, prompt. What are the methods you have in alert? What are the methods you're having in this one? Select. Select was the next topic. I'll just give a small glance. Okay, this is okay, right? This weights are okay, right? What is dynamic? What is
Yeah.
static?
Yeah.
Why it is called dynamic? Why we are going for explicit? Why when we use for fluent? If you are okay with all these things, remember any 2 to 3 methods from here. Okay. Visibility. Most probably visibility we will check. Visibility of all elements. Okay, element to be clickable. Yeah, that is one of the thing, because we always often have a clickable action there. Right. So this just have a 2 to 3 methods. Exception, learn 2 to 3, 4 to 5 exceptions which you face in Selenium. That is another important question they may ask. Get window handles, return types they may ask, definitely. They will not ask to write the code, but I'm not sure, but have it in a linear format. We have seen, right? Just a call that driver dot get windows of the particular thing and perform. But you have to call it, always remember your manual steps. Then only you will know how to write your scripting.
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. So, yeah, that's it for web wait, sir.
Yeah.
I would like to give a small introduction for select class. Okay. Now, for example, so I'm jumping to the next topic, which is select class in Selenium. Now, if you see here, we are having, sorry, this was alerts, right? We don't have select here. drop down. Okay. So we will be, most probably we will be facing a scenario where we will be having drop downs, right? So there is no such page where drop downs will not be there. Whenever you go for any registration form, there will be gender drop down, there will be countries drop down, there will be some other drop down. So at that time we have to handle it. If the application or if the developer has given the select tag, you are safe. Easily you can identify, you can do whatever things, because select class is presented in Selenium. With that select tag, we can easily identify the element and we can interact with the element. Okay, for this select tag, select class, sorry, not tag, select class, just right here. Select is a class. So we have to create an object for that. The syntax will be like select, and object you have to create select is equal to new select. Okay, so as this is a class, we have to have it. Now, when you write, it will give you some auto suggestions to add the arguments. What arguments we have to write here in select class? What select has to do and what we have to do? We have to do with the select.
Select by value.
That those are the methods present in select class. As we had in alerts, we had a dismiss, we had a confirm, okay, something. Then in frames, we had three things, right? Frames with index we can do, by name we can do.
Yeah,
But I'm asking what I should fill within the parameters.
driver.
Yes. I am using something, that something where it should go, to whom it should react. It should react with the driver, because in driver only all the things are present inside the driver. My web elements, my this one, please go on mute, please. So everything is present in my driver. So if I instruct my select class to go with the driver, it will go with the driver and it will do the necessary actions which which we instructed to do it. Okay. Now, there are three methods we have in select. One is by index. Okay. The second one is by value. The third one is by visible text.
Visibility text.
Okay. Let's see in this. Now, for example, here we don't have any type of index. We have only visibility text. Select tool. Okay, I'm having only one clue, which is the third method. I hope you know the difference between visibility text and attribute. I have given a differentiation between these two, right? The things which are visible through our eyes.
Yeah.
That is called text, visibility text. This is visible to my eyes. The same way the developer might have developed with option, value is equal to 1, class, and imagine, okay? Like this, suppose option, okay? Value is equal to 1, then some class name, okay? And then some, what was that? Sorry, I don't want to write. Okay, then it was some select option. Then again, one opening tag. I do not write a HTML code, okay? So it should be in closed. So whenever we open something in XML or HTML format, it should be closed. So this is the thing. Now here I don't have value. If it had value means I would have gone with value by putting the parameter as 1 here, passing the argument as 1 here. But in this, I don't have any such kind. I don't have value. I don't have index, nothing. But one thing I can do is I can go with select tool with a third method. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can use select dot by it will give you the open suggestions. Okay, as I'm writing here, you will not into your web element or the value you can directly pass. What was my value? Select option. No need to give any XPath, nothing. Okay, by select option. So this is the visible. So when you, before that, what you have to do, you have to click this. I hope you remember the manual steps, right? Click this, then find the visibility text. Again, click it, you will get the value. So 3 steps you have to follow here. So first you have to click it here. What we should do to click?
We
Web
should
element
inspect and dot click.
dot click. Okay. Web element is your web element where you have stored your web. Dot
You can
click. Then use this method. Okay. If you use this method, then we have to perform some operation that I will, so using some keyboard or something, we will see it later. Okay.
Yeah.
Then you have to click that particular selected options. So it will select it. So for this line, how it will be the execution means, it will click on and it will select here. Till here it will stop. Rest we have to do it. That we can see it later. Here we have to perform one more click, right? So click and then it will come here. So 3 actions. Click, select by visibility text, then click. So this is about select tag. Here also we will have the select tag. So if the developer has returned with the select tag, you are safe, in a safer zone. Now see, for this drop down, I think they have written select only. We don't have select. At that time, we have to use something different. But we have unordered list. This is list, ordered list. Okay. Can you see the difference? For this, they had select tag for this drop down. But for this drop down, they didn't have any select tag. How to handle the one with selected and how to handle the one without selected? There where we have to use some keyboard actions or some other classes.
debug
Okay.
some
So click.
sometimes
You can. The third thing. Okay, this is we can't enter right something. Okay, this is one critical scenario. Now come here. Choose the course. Some some drop down will allow you to write some text. If that is the case, then you're lucky. Suppose if I write AWS and if I just give enter, see, I don't want to have any other things. I can just use send keys, web element dot send keys of this one and dot enter by using some keyboard. Okay, we have some enter methods also that we will see later. So dot enter. If I do that, I don't have any hassle of finding the web elements and interacting with so and so. No. Even if there is no select tag, even if there is select tag. This is another good type of escaping from the problems. Sending the keys. If I write something, it will give me auto suggestion. But JMeter I will write, okay? Full text I'm sending. And in my script, I will be writing web element dot send keys, the particular thing, dot enter. Why it is selecting AW? Okay, I think so. We have to use another key called. Yeah, one more thing is here we have to use key down. But 1 second, it should take my value. 1 second. AWS enter. JMeter enter. Okay. Why? I don't know why it's behaving like this. Okay, if this is the case, then we have to use key down arrow. Send keys dot key down arrow 5 times and then enter. Okay, something is wrong here, but it should not be the case. I'll try one more thing. I'll try appium. I don't know why. Okay, you try and let me know this, why it's not coming. Okay, but some drop down will have the sending keys. So at that time, you can just send the keys and keep it on enter. We have tried this personally, so that's why I'm giving you this idea. So whenever I type India and if I give enter, it will be displayed here. I need not to do some other actions for that. So this is about select class. So two assignments. One, I want to see the method created. Second thing, I want to use this three methods wherever you see here in this leaf, test leaf itself. Only one with selected tag. Or else take some other application where you can find a select tag, okay? And implement these three methods. Is that fine?
Yeah, okay.
Any doubt?
Okay,
So no, only one is having select tag. Okay, so try it with this only. As this is having only select tag. In this itself, you try with indexing. Values you will not find because we are not having any values. Okay. Now, one more thing you can try is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to get the 5 number size of this drop down. What can we do? Size of this drop down. I want to get it in an integer format. This we have done in Windows handling. The same you have to apply here. I want to get 5 as my number. Okay, leave select tools as it is default there, I guess. But yeah, we can select it, I guess. Okay, so 5 number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to get 5 as my size of this drop down in my console.
Okay.
The similar way of using get window handles, the same thing, yeah, the same method you have to use. But here you have to use the concept of collection. There we stored in set, right? Here where you have to store, you have to see it. Okay. By using some method we had in Windows. So we will continue with this select class tomorrow. Like without select class, how can we handle? With select class is easy. And with this entering text is also easy. But scenarios like this, where we don't have anything, but we have to operate what we can do. Along with it, we can see the keyboard actions also. Okay. So I think so that's for today.